Christmas is just around the corner, and if you're looking for the perfect Lego gift, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm sharing the ultimate Lego Christmas gift guide with options for every type of builder and budget. We're going to be covering gifts for kids, collectors, fans of specific themes, and some budget-friendly and family options. All of that stuff is timestamped down below, so if you have a specific section you want to look at, you can jump forward to that. And if you find the video helpful, please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. You can consider that your Christmas gift to me. So we're kicking things off, having a look at gifts for kids. And what I'm thinking in terms of stuff for kids is stuff kind of in the £20 to £50 price range. I'm going to show you a few stocking filler options as well at a slightly lower price point. And in my experience, when it comes to buying Lego sets for kids, you can't go far wrong with minifigs and vehicles. They seem to be the thing that go down really, really well. So with that in mind, a few sets to have a little look at. Firstly, we've got this one, and this is really just to represent the entirety of the Lego Friends range. There's loads of good stuff in the Lego Friends range at this kind of price point, and it is all specifically targeted at kids. This one, the Heart Lake City Cafe, is such a cool set that when I saw it on sale in a Lego outlet store a couple of months ago, I picked one up for myself because I think it'll actually repurpose quite nicely in my Lego City as a fish and chip shop. But that's not why it's a good Christmas gift. It's a good Christmas gift because it's a really good price point, £24.99, and if you shop around, you can definitely find it sub £20 if you don't want to buy it directly from Lego. At 426 pieces, it's ideal for younger builders to be able to do in a build session over the course of an hour or two. And once it's done, you've got loads of playability in there. It's an open back set. You've got a load of the mini dolls that you can play and like act out scenes from the Lego Friends TV show with. You've got the little scooter and a dog. It's just a great set for kids. And like I say, there's loads more within the Lego Friends range. Check out the rest of the range, but this is my personal pick because this is the one that I picked up. Another difficult to miss with set would be anything in the Lego Classic range. My particular favorite in the Lego Classic is the brick box, because as well as it being full of Lego, you end up with a big box like this that you can then use to store various bits and pieces in afterwards, which is exactly what I use it for. It's kind of a dumping ground for Lego that needs to be sorted. But within that, you get about 500 bricks. In fact, it says there 484 bricks targeted at ages 4 to 99. You also get a selection of different ideas for different builds you can do with those bricks, and it gives you a nice range of really useful buildable bricks in loads of really bright colors that are obviously going to appeal to children. If you're not bothered about getting the display box and you just want to get the most bang for your buck with regards to Lego pieces, you can double the amount of Lego pieces you get and go for something like this, which is a 1,000-piece set. It's a little bit more expensive, but not double the price of the brick box version. And like I say, you get double the pieces, a few more different ideas to build from. And as I've said before on the channel, this kind of Lego is the Lego I loved as a kid. I would just have a big drawer full of Lego and just get creative with it and build what I wanted. So if there's a young person in your life that you would like to spark some Lego creativity with, a big old box full of random Lego pieces is certainly a welcome present. Plus, you don't have to worry about whether or not it's a set they've already got. So if you know they like Lego, but you're not sure what they like within Lego or what they've already got, get them something like this. And even if they've already got this exact box, they're going to welcome it because it's more bricks to build with. The Lego City range, similar to the Lego Friends range, is great for kids. It's really playable. It's really brightly covered. There's lots of cool sets within it at lots of different price points. This is one of my very favorite Lego City sets that's come out this year. In fact, I have one here. It's got the little changeable location thing on the front if the camera wants to focus on this. So you can rotate where your bus is going to be going. It doesn't actually come with the alien. The alien was from a collector minifig series, but I added him in there because he's a sightseeing alien. How could I not put him on the sightseeing bus? But the rest of the minifigs in there are with the set. Like I say, kids love vehicles, kids love minifigs. This is a vehicle with a bunch of minifigs, and it's just fun to drive around their little Lego city. So that's a great little set, and it's another one that if you shop around and maybe you don't get it directly from Lego, you should be able to pick it up for less than £20 as well. Or if you're looking to spend a little bit more but still within the Lego City range, this is the set I would have wanted more than any other when I was a kid because it's brilliant. It's $49.99. The yellow excavator construction vehicle, as you can see, it's movable, posable. You've got the little minifig in there as well, but it's just so So cool. And yeah, I would have just played with this for hours upon hours when I was a kid. So if you've got a kid who's into diggers, it's a Lego digger. It's great. I already hear you. Kev, you said there was going to be budget options to this. You've already ramped straight up to £50 right at the start. Come back into the budget section. I've got you covered. We're going to look at some of the budget options that you've got. And within budget sets, a few themes really leap out, one of which is the Creative 3-in-1. There's so much selection within Creative 3-in-1. They do ramp up the price range, or you can get Creative 3-in-1 sets that are over £100, but they have loads in the sub £20 category, the £20 to £50 category. This is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this set. I don't actually have it in my collection because Anna got it first and she's got it in her collection, but it's a great set when it's built. I don't actually know what the other two options are, but with the Creative 3-in-1 stuff, there you go. What makes them such great value is not just the low price point at $17.99. It's the fact that once you've built it, so it is meant to be a peacock, but you also have the instructions and the pieces for these other two builds as well. So once you've built the peacock, you can break it down and build that bug. I think it's a bug, a dragonfly maybe, or you can do it as a butterfly. So there's three really nice builds. So you get 3 times the value out of it, 3 times the entertainment, because you can build 3 different options. And then once you've decided which one you like, go back to the peacock because it's obviously the best one. It's a great set. It's great value at $17.99. Brickheads are another great value range. They usually retail at £10 for one, or you can get bundle deals of more than one, usually at a price below £10 each. You can see I've got quite a few behind me in my office. I love them. I think probably my pick of the current range, if I was looking to get it as a gift, especially if it's someone who's into this movie, the Wally and Eve from Wally, because they're a little bit smaller, so they are a smidgen below normal brickhead size, which means you can get both of them, the iconic characters from one of the best movies ever, dare I say that, on a YouTube video. £13.49 for the two is great value, and they are awesome, and I'm happy to have these on display in my office. So they're good. And then the other theme that I've spoken about before as being great value as a budget option is the Speed Champions range. They're $19.99 when they're new and direct from Lego, but check B&M, check Very, check Argos. You can regularly pick these up for £12 to £15. I love these so much. I've got an entire wall full of them in my office. This one even ties into a movie. It's the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline. It's just a fun build. It's really cool, and it's great value. And there's loads of these to choose from. So if you know somebody who's into cars, it's a great gift for less than £20. You can even sometimes get 2 packs, like a 2-pack of Speed Champions for maybe £35, which I know takes us above my definition of a budget option at less than £20, but it's good value, so it's worth mentioning. But Speed Champions are great. And then also some stocking filler options. You've got the collector minifig range. At the moment, it's Dungeons and Dragons, which might not be the best for really young kids, although to be fair, it's for 5+, and some of these I would have loved as a kid. It says they're sold out on the Lego website. I know in my local Lego store in Milton Keynes, they're still available in store, and you can pretty much walk into any supermarket or newsagent and pick these up for £3.49 each. And if you go to, usually not direct from Lego, but if you go to Smith's Toys or WH Smith or a supermarket, you can probably buy the previous couple of ranges as well if you're not interested in the Dungeons and Dragons license. But a couple of these, one of these in a stocking, it's a great little thing. Who doesn't love a minifig? And these minifigs are great, so they're a great stocking filler option. As are the key rings, which are available direct from Lego, $4.99 for licensed minifigs on a key ring. I've picked the Donald Duck one because Donald Duck is the best Disney character, but there's literally loads of these. You can see down the bottom here on this page. I mean, I've got the Eeyore one, I've got the Donald Duck one, but there's loads to choose from. Winnie the Pooh. I mean, fill your boots. They've got them across all the different licenses, and for $4.99, they're a great little stocking filler. An extra bonus tip: for years I've used the little minifig Lego keyrings as Christmas tree ornaments. I've got a Spider-Man one from years ago, a Spider-Gwen. I think I've got Batman that goes on our Christmas tree. I've got loads of these little minifigs that we've got, like a box of them that lives in our storage unit with all our Christmas decorations, and we just cover the Christmas tree in minifigs on keyrings because you can just loop them on with it. Bonus tips! See? You didn't even know you were going to get that bonus tip in this video. And then lastly, on the stocking filler stuff, these little poly bags. I struggle to find these in the actual Lego store. They are in the store at the Legoland Windsor, at Legoland Discovery Centres, and you can also find them in places like the Entertainer, Smith's Toys, and they'll have a variety of these for sometimes as little as like £4 or £5. And again, they're just great little stocking fillers. That's a Minecraft one. There's loads of options. Go find somewhere that sells them and have a rummage. Yeah, the Entertainer in particular, the Entertainer in Leicester, if you're in Leicester, has a massive like bin just full of mixed Lego poly bags that are usually on some kind of multi-buy, like 3 for £10 kind of offer. Go check it out. There's some good stuff in there. Next up, we have gifts for Lego collectors, and these are definitely the hardest people to buy for. I know this because I'm one of them, and it's impossible to buy Lego gifts for me because it's very difficult to know if it's a set that I already have. And if I don't already have it, is the reason I don't already have it because I didn't want it. You have to be really sure because these sets get expensive. But if you're really, really sure that they want it, that it's something they're interested in. And for a lot of this stuff, to be fair, you'll know if they've got it or not because it's so massive, they're not going to be able to keep it hidden. So if you've walked around their house and not seen it, but you know it's something they're into, then it might become a safe bet. But I promise you, these are expensive. Be sure. This one's great. The Titanic. I mean, it's incredible. It's one of the largest Lego sets ever made, just shy of £600. It's enormous. It's over 9,000 pieces. It's certainly something I would really enjoy building, but even as a Lego collector, I'm not sure it's something I want to actually own because it's enormous. It's 135 centimeters wide, 44 centimeters high. It's so big, it wouldn't even fit on top of one of my big bookcases. I have nowhere I could store this, and I have a Lego room in my house. So you got to be really, really sure. A similar one to this is the Eiffel Tower set, which I imagine is linked down below here somewhere. Oddly, it isn't. You'd think, there you go. Of course it is. The Eiffel Tower is another one in the same kind of thought. This is actually the largest Lego set ever made, over 10,000 pieces. But again, it's absolutely enormous. There it is, next to a normal-sized human person. It is 5 feet tall. You got to be sure. But goodness me, if it's something they want, they'll be giddy if you get them this. You got to really like them for 500 quid. Ducking down a little bit closer to reality at half the price and certainly a lot less than half the size, the Natural History Museum, or a big asterisk, any of the Lego modular range. So the current ones you've got available, the Natural History Museum, the Boutique Hotel, the Jazz Club. There is going to be a new townhouse that comes out on the 1st of January. So you could get them an IOU for that potentially. If they've already got all of these, an IOU for that would be perfect. Write that one down, an IOU for the 1st of January modular that comes out. But this is one of my favorite Lego sets that is released in the last 12 months. The level of detail on this is absolutely incredible. It's 1.5 base plates wide. It's a big one, over 4,000 pieces. It's so big, I'm not going to bring it in here and show it to you. So if we cut to B-roll, Kev, rummaging around in the Lego room, probably showing you this on a shelf, maybe doing a slightly different angle for you now. It's a really good looking set. And if they've got any interest at all in the modular buildings or Lego City building, it's a set they almost certainly want. And again, it's big enough that you'll know if they don't have it, because just go and look at their collection. Do you see anything this enormous with these banners out the front? If you don't, get them this. They won't be disappointed. It's great. Or if they're not into the more modern style buildings and instead they want to get back in touch with their childhood, this one is definitely on my wanted list. The Lion Knights Castle. It's basically a remake of a set from our youth. It's why it's got the old style box, the old style Legoland style box art. And I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. Look at that guy. Look how happy he is. He's having a really nice Christmas. But it's a really fantastic set that I would very much like to own. At £345, it's a little bit too rich for my blood, which is why I've not taken the plunge on it just yet. It's one of those sets where I'll just be forever keeping an eye on it, seeing if it goes on sale. But, you know, it's Christmas. Forget the sale. Treat your loved ones. Get them a Lion Knights Castle. They'll be very happy. And of course, a thing that's particularly interesting to collectors is whether or not something is going to become a collector's item at some point in the future. And a good way to earmark a set like that is if it's for a really popular franchise and is about to retire. And that's where the AT-AT comes in. I mean, it's got to be a money, no object kind of deal. I think this is the most expensive Lego set currently available at £734.99, but it retires at the end of the year. So you won't be able to get them this next Christmas. Certainly not for that price. It will cost you more next year because it won't be available direct from Lego anymore. It's the beautiful giant grey mechanical camel. I'm not into Star Wars, so I can't really recommend this as a personal recommendation. But if you know somebody who's into Star Wars and into Lego and they don't have this in their house, it's not because they don't want it, it's because it's £735. So if you want to really make them feel loved, grab them one of these. And certainly there are discounts to be had on this. Smith's Toys, I think you can sometimes get this for close to £200 off. I don't know what the current deals are, but shop around for it. But bear in mind, this year is your last year to get it at anything close to retail price. It will start to skyrocket in value, and that goes for any of the Star Wars Ultimate Collector's Edition stuff. It's all going to increase in value when it retires. This is just the next one that is due to retire, and it is very snazzy. And on the topic of sets that are retiring this year, this one is really just a personal shout out to if any of my friends or family are watching. I really want this one, the Loop Coaster. It's, again, I'm just not going to spend £345 on a roller coaster that does not fit in my house, does not fit in my Lego room. It's so tall. I don't know if we've got an actual height measurement on there, but I mean, look at the height of it. It's a tall boy. I have nowhere to put it, but goodness me, would I enjoy building it, playing with it, and then taking it apart and putting it in my storage unit afterwards. Again, you can get it for cheaper than that. It does retire. So if you were ever thinking of getting one of these for somebody, this is the year, because next year it's going to cost more. It's just the nature of Lego. Once stuff retires, the popular sets, the collectible sets, do increase in value. And I'm certain this is going to be one of them. So it's now or never with sets like this one, or anything marked as retiring soon, certainly at this end of the price range. The lower price stuff that's retiring soon, that's probably not going to go up in value too much. This kind of stuff, though, give it a few years, this is going to be worth more than that. It's basically an investment, Dad. It's basically an investment. You should do an investment for me. And we've already scratched the surface on this a little bit with some of the other target markets that we've already looked at, but I figured this deserved a section all of its own. Gifts for people who are really into pop culture stuff. Nerds like me. There's so much awesome licensed stuff in the Lego range that regardless of what fandom they're a part of, there's going to be gifts appropriate for them at various price points as well. So if they're into Star Wars, this is the new shiny. Jabba's Sail Barge came out September, October this year. Came out recently. It is the newest of the big Ultimate Collectors Series sets. So if they don't already have this great big brown boat in their house, it's because they haven't got around to buying it yet, because it's over £400. So maybe treat them, make their day. Or if they're into Star Wars, but you're not the richest person in the universe, something a little bit more reasonably priced that also released quite recently, C-3PO, a buildable figure that comes with a little mini figure as well. He's in the right scale, so you can stand next to that R2-D2 and Chewbacca that they might already have on their shelf, but they perhaps didn't get round to getting this one yet. It's there. They can get it. Anna's got this downstairs and quite likes it. I might sneak down and take some B-roll of it so you can see it in all its glory. And talking of things that Anna's got, this is the newest addition to the Harry Potter range. We're actually building this on stream at the moment. We're midway through a stream series of building the burrow. So if you want to check out this build process, it's all there in a playlist on the channel on our stream tab. But it's the collector's edition of the burrow. It is a really big and detailed build. It looks like a really cool build. I've been sat next to Anna as she's been building it, and it looks absolutely great. And if they're into Harry Potter, it's a really cool set. But equally, if they're into Harry Potter, you don't have to spend hundreds of pounds on them to get them a really cool set, because this is one of my favourite sets that I've got. in the last 6 months or so. This I picked up for less than £10 in B&M. It's the Flying Ford Anglia. It's £12.99 listed on the Lego website. I got it, like I say, for less than £10 at B&M. You get the car and a little Harry and a little Ron with their owl and rat. I'm not that into Harry Potter. Owl Hedwig and rat legs. I don't know. But it's a cool little car. So less than a tenner. Should have been in the budget section. I've put it in the Harry Potter section. It's fine. And then, of course, on the topic of stuff that I'm into, my fandoms very much include Marvel. The Avengers Tower is the most expensive set I've ever bought. It's there behind me. Next to the there. Next to the Daily Bugle. The Daily Bugle would be another option, and will actually be retiring sooner than the Avengers Tower. But the Avengers Tower is a fantastic set. 31 minifigures within this set as well. So there's going to be something for whatever area of Marvel they're into. And I mean, just look how cool it looks in my office behind me. It's great. It's a great Lego set. Or if you want to get them a more sensibly priced Marvel Lego set. This one came out a few months ago. It got a little bit of heat when it came out because a lot of the stuff is stickers. So all of this stuff on here, it's all stickers. And I actually messed up one of the stickers on mine, so it's peeling off a little bit. So it got a little bit of criticism for that. But at $69.99, it's cool. It's just the right size to kind of sit on a shelf. It's obviously not the same scale as the massive Marvel buildings that I've got behind me, but it's also not £400 like the massive Marvel buildings that I've got behind me. So for a sub £100 Marvel gift, I think this one is a pretty cool one. And I like having it sat on a shelf to look at. I think it's really nice. But there is loads more within that Marvel range as well. It's certainly not just those two to choose from. All of these are absolutely great. I mean, this one, so new I've not built it yet. It's still in its box, but the X-Men X-Mansion released just a couple of days ago at the time of recording on the 1st of November. It's currently on back order on the Lego website, so it's selling well. You can see on here, will be shipped on the 13th of November. So we'll still ship before Christmas. And if you get it now, it does have a gift with purchase of it, although it looks like the gift with purchase might be sold out, because it's no longer listed on there. So ignore that. There's no longer a gift with purchase with it, but it's still a cool set. And then, of course, we've got Disney. If they're into Disney, this is one of the most recent sets that's come out, the Magic of Disney set. Yes, Mickey Mouse looks a bit weird, but the minifigures are cool. And at $89.99, it is like a Disney lover's paradise. It just looks absolutely fantastic. It's definitely one that I suspect might be under our Christmas tree for Anna, because she's not picked it up yet. And I might just take the risk on it and get her one of these. So I think she'll enjoy it. I think she's a big Disney fan. And I think this is potentially going to sneak under our tree before the year is done. Alternatively, as it is Christmas, you could get them The Nightmare Before Christmas. Excuse how smashed up my box is. I bought it at Disneyland Paris and then couldn't really fit it in my car, so I had to slam the boot door shut on it, so it's a little bit mashed up. I feel like I probably should have built this one around Halloween, but it says Christmas on the box, so it still counts for Christmas, right? $169.99. It's another one that's one of the more recent Disney releases, and it is just a very, very cool looking set, and it comes with a little Santa look. That makes it Christmassy. Or lastly, if you really want to push the boat out for Disney, you could go for the Disney Castle. It's enormous. It's in our living room. Again, B-roll Kev, show it in our living room. It's another one that we built on stream, actually, so you can watch this build process. It took us a while, but we did eventually get it finished. £344. It's nearly 5,000 pieces. It is a commitment, both in terms of money, time, and space to store and display it. But when it's done, if they're a Disney fan, there's probably not a better Lego set that you can give them. And here's an excellent way as a compromise for couples, because I did this earlier in the year, just as a random, aren't I a nice guy gift? I wanted the Avengers Castle, so I bought it for myself, but stopped Anna from shouting at me by buying her this at the same time. I was like, look, I got you a present. Just taking something upstairs. Always thinking. It works on Christmas Day just as well as it works on a random day in April. Now, I previously said the hardest category to buy for was the Lego collector. That might not be true. How about the Lego collector who has everything already? Not a collector. Collectors discriminate. Collectors go for the stuff that they're collecting. The Lego collector who has everything has everything. What on earth do you buy them? You know they're into Lego. What do you buy them? What might they not already have? We need to find some niche sets. And I don't think they get much more niche than this one. It came out recently, the Mona Lisa. It's very much an acquired taste. I hate it. But Anna loved it so much that it's currently on our living room wall, and it is pretty reasonably priced. And if they like art sets, they might very well be on the fence about this one. They might not have picked it up. But art set lovers like Anna really enjoyed building it. So it might be a shout. And in fact, if you're looking at art sets, there are a number of really cool art sets that have come out this year. So if their house isn't covered in this stuff all over their walls already, there's a good chance they haven't yet scratched the surface on the art stuff. And maybe these are the sets that could convince them to do it. This one, to me, again, looks like it would be a nightmare to build. It's so many different coloured, tiny little 1x1 pieces in different shapes and sizes. The end result, got to be said, looks absolutely incredible on our living room wall, and Anna really loved building it. It's a little bit more expensive than the Mona Lisa, so a bit more of a risk if they've never shown any interest in the art sets before. But like I say, the end product, it genuinely looks incredible. Or if you're looking for a safe bet to transition them from superheroes into art sets and things you can display on your wall, this is probably my favorite set that's released this year, the Batman animated series Gotham City Skyline. It is another set that we built on stream. So there's a playlist of me building this on the channel. There's also a review of this set on the channel because I loved it so much I had to review it. It is the perfect crossover between an art set that looks great on the wall. It's on my office wall, just off camera, just over there. But it was also so fun to build. It's absolutely packed with Easter eggs. You don't need to enjoy the Lego art sets to enjoy this. I don't particularly enjoy the Lego art sets, but I'm a big Batman fan, and this definitely scratched all of my Batman itches. It's pricey, but it is well worth it if they're into Batman but have maybe avoided it because it's an art set. Another theme that might be out there on the fringes of their interests, or it could be the main thing they buy. It was kind of the thing that got Anna into Lego. So again, judge it based on who you're buying for. But the Lego Botanical range is expanding and expanding and expanding. This is actually a Christmas themed one, a poinsettia that's released as part of the Christmas range. They've released a wreath as well, which looks pretty cool. I actually think this one would make a particularly good gift, the tiny plants. I've got a couple of these cactuses scattered around my office because I bought this set for Anna as a gift around her birthday earlier in the year. And then she gave me back a couple of the smaller plants because I like cactuses. I've got a couple of cactuses, real cactuses, and she gave me some Lego cactuses to live with them. So I think that counts as 2 gifts. And then lastly, on the slightly more niche sets, the architecture range. Again, it's potentially an acquired taste because it's not minifigure scale. So bear in mind, if there's someone who's really into building a Lego city, stuff like this can't go in their Lego city. This is the Notre Dame Cathedral. It won't fit in their city. The scale is all off. It's very much a display piece, but it is really, really cool. It's another one that we built on stream. So it's another one that you can watch through the process on one of our stream replay playlists. And it's actually fairly unique in that you can stop the build at various stages of development of the cathedral. So you kind of build it in the order it was built in real life. And it will tell you what year you're up to in the development of the cathedral. So if you want a cathedral that stops in 1200, you can take it to that stage and stop there. Or obviously you can go to the full finished thing. It's a very, very cool set. Looks really, really good on display and not unreasonably priced for an over 4,000 piece set, and definitely a set that I've seen on some fairly strong discounts as part of Black Friday sales. By the way, there will be a Black Friday video coming soon. That's a topic for another day though. At the slightly cheaper end of the architecture range, they've got loads of these really cool city skyline pieces. So this is a London one that I actually sat and built the other day. I'd had it for a little while. I've made it a personal rule that I only buy these from cities that I've been to when I'm in that city. So that's why I've only got the London one at the moment, because they didn't have the Paris one when I was in Paris, but they've got these for a variety of cities. So if you've got someone who maybe is on the fringes of being a Lego collector, maybe they're not super duper into Lego, but they've been to Paris or New York or Singapore, there's all these really cool little city skyline sets that are, they just look awesome. They've got all the major landmarks. we've got that on display on our landing at the top of the stairs. Or if you want to kill two birds with one stone and get an architecture set that also has the potential to increase in value relatively soon and become a collector's piece, the Taj Mahal retires at the end of this year. You can see it's actually sold out on the Lego website currently because lots of people thinking along these lines, let's get it while you still can, because this time next year it's going to cost more. It's another one similar to the Notre Dame that just looks really cool on display, and there are loads more of these. We've got the Pyramids of Giza, we've got the Himeji Castle. I don't know why we don't have the Statue of Liberty. Anna loves these architecture sets. They're all over our living room, but this one is the one that retires this year. So if you're going to get them into architecture, probably go with this one as the leader, because this time next year it won't be an option for this price. It will cost more because you'll probably have to get it from a reseller, or from someone who's just kind of cranking up their prices because you can't buy it directly from Lego anymore. Can't guarantee it'll ever be back in stock on Lego. So you might have to check in store, and I've not seen it in store for a while, or maybe check some other shops. John Lewis are good for the architecture stuff, or just Google it. Just Google it and you'll probably be able to find it. Or maybe you've been watching this section on things to buy, the Lego collector who has everything, going, yeah, they've got that, they've got that, they've got... You're not helping. They have got all of this. Maybe get something Lego adjacent. For example, maybe a display case or a display stand for a set that they particularly love. I really love the Wicked Brick display cases. I have one for my Barcelona Nou Camp Stadium at the back there, which is too big and heavy to pick up and show you. I also have this one for the office set. They're great. They look really cool on display. They actually make them it becomes stackable, so I can put this on my shelf and put another set on top of it, which obviously I couldn't do if it wasn't in the case. And probably most importantly, it keeps it all dust free, and also means that I can have my minifigures all set up in a nice little diorama and not have to worry about them getting messed up and all dusty on my shelf. So maybe a display case for a set they're particularly proud of and want to keep nice. Or if not a display case, maybe a light kit, again, for one of their favourite sets. I've got myself some light kits here. I've got the light kit for the Daily Bugle. I've got the light kit for the Avengers Tower. So those two sets that I've got behind me, I am going to be lighting up. I'm just afraid to do it because it involves disassembling the set and reassembling it again. But I know it's going to look cool when it's done. I did lots of research. Light My Bricks seem to be the industry leader for this kind of thing. And they have so many light kits for so many sets. So again, if you know there's a set that they're particularly proud of, they particularly love, like for me, this would be a fantastic gift for me because I love the Batman Gotham City set. I was just talking about it before. A light kit for that, I would love that. That would be really, really cool. That would be a good gift for me as someone who's got too much Lego. I don't have a lot of light kits though. So again, we're just moving a little Lego adjacent. Links to both Light My Bricks and Wicked Brick are down in the description below if you want to check out those websites. And then my final category is gifts for families. And when I'm talking about gifts for families, I'm really thinking in terms of sets that families can build together. Obviously, we all have a lot of time off over the Christmas period. It's all about family bonding, spending time with loved ones. What better way to spend time with your loved ones than building a Lego set together? And these are some sets that are both family friendly and family building together friendly. And the first and most obvious one is this year's Winter Village set. And to be fair, any of the previous year's Winter Village sets fits in with this as well. It's Christmas themed, so it's very nice and seasonal. They're reasonably priced and they are super fun to build. Santa's Post Office, $89.99 is such a lovely set. I've just finished building it myself. It's a little precarious because it's on a base plate. It didn't come with a base plate, but I've put it on a base plate to be able to show it to you. But it does mean some of the bits on wheels slide around. But how cool does that look? It's such a lovely, Christmassy, festive themed set. And one of the really great things about it is it does have the build together feature where it's got multiple instruction manuals. So you can have an instruction manual each if you like to use paper instructions, or using the Lego Builder app, you can actually tell the app how many people are going to be building it and it will separate it off into sections for you so you can build together. It's really, really clever. It's really cool how it does that. And it's just a really nice festive set that any family would love building together, I'm sure. Also, we've already mentioned them earlier in the video, but Creative 3-in-1 sets I think are great as a family building session because you can build them 3 times. You can build them, take them apart, build them, take them apart, build them, doing them in different ways. They come at a variety of price points. I showed you some of the cheaper ones earlier in the video. This is one of the top end ones, which because it's retiring at the end of the year, we're back to retiring at the end of the year again, but because this one's retiring, it's actually being sold off on a massive discount from Lego. You don't often get discounts discount is that big directly from Lego, but £50 off on a set like this is fantastic value. It's a really cool looking set, obviously very family friendly, but has 3 different builds that you can do within it. And once you've finished building it as a family, it's open backed and full of mini kids and playability. So you can build it as a family, build it in 3 ways, and then afterwards the kids can just play with it. And it's a really cool, fun play set. And at that kind of discount, you really can't go wrong. It is on back order on the Lego website at the moment, so you might struggle to get it directly from them, or they are promising to be able to ship it by the 12th of November, but it is available elsewhere, so shop around for it. It's a great set. Staying within the Creative 3-in-1 range, but moving away from city stuff and city building stuff, if you're not into that, if you prefer pirates, look at this. This is an incredible set. I absolutely love it. Who's not into pirates? Exactly. Nobody's not into pirates. But just like with the previous one, you've got alternative builds as well. So it doesn't have to be a pirate ship. It could be a little hut. It could be a big skull thing. And just like with the downtown city one, whatever it was called, the previous one, once you've finished building it 3 different ways as a family and had lots of fun doing that, it's got great playability. So the kids can then use it as a toy afterwards. And if we're talking about Creative 3-in-1 sets, I couldn't go through an entire video without giving this one a shout out. I love giraffes. I am a giraffe guy. This is a Creative 3-in-1 giraffe, which, as you can see, looks awesome. Definitely seen it much cheaper than that at different shops. You get a giraffe, a tree, and a flamingo. Plus, you've got the alternate builds where you can do it as a lion and a deer and a little deer. How Christmassy. And just like with the other ones, same rules apply. You've got 3 different builds. You can sit there. That can be 3 different afternoon activities for you as a family. Just make sure you do the giraffe last so it stays as a giraffe. I don't know. I have a special interest and feel that these sets should live as giraffes when you're done with them. And then my last recommendation for a family Christmas activity Lego set is enormous. I've got the box. I'm not going to bring it in because it's enormous, but this is actually a plan that I've got for this year, the Lego Ideas Home Alone set. And the reason this is so great as a family, like a family Christmas gift, this can work as an advent calendar. There are 24 bags within this set. I am going to be building over the course of the festive period, starting on December the 1st. I'm going to do 1 bag a day, and it's going to be like an advent calendar. And then by the time we get to Christmas Eve, it's going to be a completely finished set. And I'm going to find that super fun. And obviously you could do that, make that a family activity. Every evening we do 1 bag together. And by the end of the festive period, you've got this really cool collaborative Christmas themed set that obviously is based on a Christmas movie that everybody knows. And again, you've got all the playability with it afterwards as well, because it's got all of this really cool stuff from the Home Alone movie. It opens up and basically becomes a doll's house and is full of minifigs. And for a personal point of view, for me, as somebody trying to collect every minifig called Kevin, it's a set I had to have anyway. So if you know a Kevin and you suspect they might also want all the minifigs called Kevin, they need this set. And it's another one that retires soon. So get on that. And I suspect it will become harder to get hold of the closer we get to Christmas, because it's Home Alone. It's Christmas, you know. And that's your lot, folks. We have covered the entire range there. We've looked at kids stuff, budget-friendly stuff, stuff for collectors, stuff for people who have everything, stuff for families. Like I say, it was all timestamped down below. So if somehow you've made it to the end of the video without watching the video, you can go back and jump to those timestamps and find the sections that are relevant for you. If you think I've missed out some really, really cool sets that should have made the cut on the video, let me know what they are down in the comments below. Let me know what you'd like for Christmas. Who knows? Somebody who might have been buying you a gift anyway might be reading these comments, and we might make some internet magic happens. Who knows? But bottom line, hopefully this guide did help you identify the perfect Lego themed Christmas gift for your loved ones. And if it did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the other content we've got here as well, and stay tuned for more Lego stuff coming very, very soon. Is it too early to say Happy Christmas? I'm recording this at the start of November. It probably is, but you might be watching. Merry Christmas, everyone.